What up, bi babes? Back at it with another Bisexual Men Speak video. There's this idea that with bisexual individuals, when we come out to our family, that oftentimes it's easier. For many of us, we still experience biphobia and also homophobia. So for example, my mom recently was asking me about, children, and she was basically telling me not to tell women that I am in fact bisexual as a way to sort of protect myself, but also so to increase my chances of being with women so that I can get her a grandbaby. Essentially. And that is just one example of, a very common thing that bisexual people face, which is when we do tell the people in our family or in our lives about our bisexuality, they oftentimes encourage us to be with a different gender than our own so that we're able to have children with each other. And they do this without taking into account what our preference is. Many bisexual people do in fact have a preference, and many bisexual people actually don't want to date a particular gender or particular genders, though they might be attracted to those genders or what have you. They are not interested in being in partnerships with those genders, or they just prefer to be in partnerships with other genders. Oftentimes family members don't take into account your own preferences, and oftentimes they forget that you might not always have access to a particular gender. So I was telling my mom, like, a lot of women think I'm gay, like I'm a feminine man, like that's just what it is, and I love that about myself, and that's not something that I really want to change. So I don't have access to every woman that I am in fact attracted to, and every woman I'm attracted to is not attracted to me, and every woman who there is a mutual attraction, we might not be compatible, or the list goes on. It's not just this free-for-all that a lot of people seem to think bisexuality is. It means, oh, you have all these options, you're attracted to all people regardless of gender, and like that means you're attracted to everybody and you have access to everybody, and that's not true. And you're not compatible with everybody that you do have some kind of access to. And then I was asking her, I was like sort of challenging her. I was like, do you want me to end up with a woman? Are you trying to say that you don't want me to be with a man? And she kind of was quickly like, oh, no, I'm not saying that. I want you to be happy, but I do want to have children, or your grandchildren. I do want to have grandchildren. And I don't know why people still say things like this, because people who are the same gender still can have children. There are so many different ways around this. There's just so many ways. There's so many ways around this. It just kind of reminded me of how heteronormative this society is. Even if your family members are happy about you being bisexual or whatever, a lot of times they want you to be with a gender that's different than your own. They want you to be in a heterosexual relationship, and I don't call those heterosexual relationships personally. I call them, a relationship with people of different genders, because if I were to get in a relationship with a woman, I would not be in a heterosexual relationship because I am not heterosexual. But yeah, it's just, that same like heteronormativity. It's like they might accept that you are bisexual, but they still encourage you to be with people of a different gender. So that sucks. And that puts like an unfair burden or unfair weight on your attraction. So regardless of like your preferences that you have for particular genders, this can sway your decision to either be in a relationship with someone or not be in a relationship with someone. And that can like make you internalize biphobic ideas and internalize homophobic ideas even further when people around you want you to be with a person of a different gender more than they want you to be with someone of the same gender. And they celebrate that less. And it's just like it places a really unfair burden on your sexuality. And I see it. I think it's just really, really common with a lot of bisexual people. They downplay their attractions to the same gender, or even if they don't downplay their attractions to the same gender, they internalize these ideas that a relationship with the same gender is not legitimate, or it's only for sex. Some people literally only do want to have sex with the same gender, and that is completely fine and completely valid. But I am just saying that it's something that I notice because society is heteronormative. We place a lot more value and a lot more importance on relationships with parties of different genders than a relationship with people of the same gender. So it's something to be aware of. It sucks. I don't know what else to say. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Bye, babes.